Ever wondered why you can't? Walk past a certain street corner without craving a greasy double patty burger? It's not just hunger. It's not an accident. Behind those bright red and yellow signs lies a multi-billion-dollar psychological warfare machine. Two corporate empires didn't just change what we eat. They hacked human biology, crushed mom-and-pop shops, and waged a ruthless, century-long war against each other. This is the story of how two kings built a global addiction and the brutal corporate war that nearly destroyed them both. Welcome to the dark side of fast food. To understand the war, we have to go back to the asphalt of post-war America. In 1940, two brothers, Dick and Mac McDonald, opened a small drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. Their secret? The Speedy service system. They turned food preparation into a factory assembly line. No waiters, no tips, no dishes, no waiting. Burgers for 15 cents, fries in seconds. It was a mechanical marvel. But they were just local visionaries with a localized dream, completely unaware of what their creation could become on a global scale. Enter Ray Kroc, a 52-year-old, struggling milkshake mixer salesman who walked into their kitchen in 1954 and saw something the brothers were completely blind to: a global religious empire. Kroc didn't just want to sell mixers, he wanted to conquer the world. But Kroc realized something profound. Selling hamburgers was a low-margin, messy business. The real goldmine wasn't the food, it was the land. Through a financial mastermind move called Franchise Realty Corporation, Kroc's company bought the land underneath every single new franchise, forcing independent owners to pay rent directly to corporate headquarters. If they didn't follow Kroc's strict rules, he evicted them. Eventually, Kroc forced the McDonald brothers out of their own flagship store, stripping them even of their name in a bitter, ruthless corporate betrayal. By the time the dust settled, McDonald's was no longer a restaurant chain. It was the largest real estate landlord in the world, disguised as a burger joint. But absolute power always breeds rebellion. While McDonald's was standardizing America with its assembly line uniformity, two ambitious entrepreneurs in Miami, James McLemore and David Edgerton, looked at the sterile, mass-produced McDonald's burger and saw a massive vulnerability. They realized people didn't just want fast, they wanted substance, choice, and flavor. Their weapon? The Whopper, and a revolutionary cooking method, flame-broiling. While McDonald's fried their patties on flat metal griddles, Burger King gave theirs that authentic backyard barbecue, charcoal-smoked taste. They positioned themselves as the rebellious, adult alternative to the rigid McDonald's machine. By the late 1970s, the polite corporate rivalry mutated into open warfare. This was no longer just business, it was total blood sport. Burger King launched the first direct, aggressive attack in advertising history, legally challenging the industry giant in what the media dubbed the Burger Wars. For the first time ever, a multinational brand dared to name its direct competitor out loud on national television, mocking their portion sizes and quality. The public was shocked, and the legal teams went into a frenzy. McDonald's tried to sue them off the map, but the psychological damage and the pure marketing magic was already done. Burger King proved that you didn't have to be number one to dictate the terms of the war. You just had to strike where the giant was most arrogant. Fast food advertising was changed forever, turning primetime television into a battlefield of corporate propaganda. Behind the glittering billboards and aggressive commercials lies a darker, highly calculated science. How do these corporate giants keep humanity chained to their menus, even when everyone knows the heavy toll it takes on human health? The answer is chemical engineering. Food scientists call it the Bliss point, the precise mathematical ratio of sugar, salt, and fat designed by laboratories to trigger an absolute dopamine explosion in the human brain. Every single element is engineered: the exact crunch of the French fries, the sizzle sound of the grill, and most deceptively, the artificial aroma pumped straight out of exhaust vents directly onto public sidewalks to force pedestrian cravings. You aren't just buying lunch, you are feeding a chemical feedback loop controlled from corporate boardrooms thousands of miles away. No empire of this scale rises without leaving a trail of destruction, lawsuits, and near-death experiences. Remember the massive health panics of the early 2000s? The brutal lawsuits, explosive documentaries like Super Size Me, And the public outrage predicting the absolute death of fast food? Wall Street analysts panicked. Instead of collapsing, the machine adapted with terrifying precision. They introduced token salads they knew nobody wanted just for the PR, completely digitized their ordering processes, and weaponized smartphone apps to track consumer habits down to the second. They turned public health crises into record-breaking profit margins, proving that the empire is bulletproof. Today, McDonald's and Burger King feed over 100 million human beings every single day, wielding an economic power and global footprint greater than many sovereign nations. But their true dominance isn't just about burgers or fries. It is an unyielding masterclass in global logistics, supply chain dominance, and psychological conditioning. Consider the sheer scale of their real estate holdings. McDonald's alone owns billions of dollars in prime commercial land across the globe, functioning essentially as a massive landlord corporation that collects guaranteed billions in rent from its franchisees, regardless of economic downturns, inflation, or shifting consumer trends. Furthermore, look at how they conquered the digital frontier. In recent years, both giants transformed their entire business models into tech companies, disguised as restaurants. Through hyper-personalized smartphone applications, loyalty rewards programs, and algorithmic push notifications, they track your exact behavioral patterns, your location, and your cravings down to the second. They know when you are stressed, when you are driving home late at night, and precisely what discount it takes to lure you into their drive-through lanes. They turned your smartphone into a 24-hour direct marketing weapon straight into your pocket. No matter how many health trends come and go, no matter how many alternative diets or clean eating movements try to disrupt the market, these empires simply absorb, adapt, or outspend the threat. They engineered a system that is practically bulletproof, surviving economic recessions, global pandemics, and cultural shifts by constantly reinventing convenience. Next time you pull up to that glowing, neon-lit drive-through window at midnight, remember, you are not just a customer buying a quick meal. You are a willing, predictable participant in a century-old, global machine built on ruthless corporate warfare, real estate monopolies, and advanced neurological manipulation. The kings built their thrones out of paper, grease, and human psychology. And as long as modern humanity craves comfort, speed, and instant gratification, they will continue to rule the world unchecked. If you enjoyed this deep dive documentary into the dark side of fast food empires, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll see you in the next story. And as long as modern humanity craves comfort, they will continue to rule the world unchecked. If you enjoyed this deep dive documentary, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll see you in the next war.